Hey, how's it going, guys? ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to bring in and give you my thoughts on the Battlefield 2042 beta experience. I want to clarify one thing first, that I have played about maybe a little bit more than 5 to 6 hours already, and I have had the chance of playing with every single class, every single gun, everything that it has included in here. Now, I'm not too sure if there's like more introduction towards the guns if you keep on playing the game, but obviously we'll get more of that during the final release of the game. Now, one last thing as well to mention, and it is quite important, that I played all of this on my PlayStation 5 using a PlayStation 5 version of Battlefield 2042. So, I've got to mention one thing. I definitely have enjoyed myself with this game, but as you can see the title of this video, it's not the reason why I actually am not going to be getting this game, as it's not because of the negativity of the game mainly, but it's actually because of me. Now, after playing so many years of Call of Duty and Battlefield games back in the day, I think it was like maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and so on, I was very, very good in first-person shooters. This time around though, well, it seems like I'm kind of, moving away from first-person shooters, at least on the consoles. It's just every single first-person shooter game, they always have this distinctive feeling of differences. Call of Duty is perhaps the best example. Like, it's basically fluently was actually made especially for the controller. All other games that are first-person shooters and first-person in perspectives, they have always this dead zone, this delay, this kind of clunkiness towards them. Battlefield is no exception. Battlefield is actually all Battlefield games are the same. So in this case, Battlefield 2042, it's no different compared to Battlefield 3, 4, Battlefield 1, 5. Gameplay is identical. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing in terms of that. Obviously, if it's ain't broken, why should you fix it, right? But of course, innovation isn't going to be there, originality is not going to be there. It's going to be repetitive a lot of ways. Now, that's fine. A lot of people want that. And of course, the best place to experience first-person games, especially talking about Battlefield, it definitely will be PC. Now, I did hear there's some issues with the PC, especially with the performance-wise, and Battlefield 2042 is one of them. It has its own problems, and a lot of people say, well, seems like this game may need a little bit more than just a month of delay, perhaps even pushing it to 2022. Again, knowing EA, they're not gonna allow that. Definitely want to mention a few other pros, good things. Very interesting and cool looking guns, and with the customizations as well, with including the design. Very cool new vehicle looks and the designs as well. The destruction is very cool and actually works very nicely. A similar amount as Battlefield 5, it seems like to me. New environment, the destruction as an example, like rockets blowing up and stuff, and tornado. I'm sure that's going to be a very, very awesome feature for this game, and actually it's a long awaited feature too. I personally think it would have been nicer to see this even earlier, but yeah, they have already a lot of the destructibility in like Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4 games as well. Graphics are actually very nice looking. Now, I gotta say, Battlefield 2042 does have similarities to Battlefield 4 in terms of the graphics, and yeah, it looks beautiful. Sound design is actually pretty good, sounds cool, I like it. Now, some of the cons, definitely, like I said already, performance is a bit of a mixed bag, especially on PC. Character voiceovers is a bit weird. Okay, now one thing is definitely I need to mention this. It's quite hard to identify enemies sometimes, because one of the main issues is actually the characters. They look all practically the same, and I'm sure it's not going to be any issue when they introduce microtransactions with plenty of customizations and the cosmetics looks, but now it is a bit of a problem. Okay, so there's also, I don't think orbital map, it was a good presentation for this. I feel like maybe it was the Conquest. Conquest was not a good representation, at least personally to me. Like, if you guys do not know, I'm not really into Conquest and ginormous maps into these sorts of games. That's why I don't play Battle Royale games and not anything like that. I personally want to be one-man, on foot by myself or with a team going up against the other team or by themselves, of course, as well, right? I don't want to see any of these vehicle combat and stuff. Now, I get it. Battlefield is known for vehicles and combats and airplanes and planes and stuff like that. It's understandable, of course. I'm not arguing about that. It's just my personal opinion. I personally prefer being on foot, guns blazing, if that makes any sense. I'm sure a lot of you may say, go fucking play Call of Duty or some shit like that. Okay, now the thing is as well, yeah, I don't know. Gameplay feels off, but that's just a beta. I'm sure it's gonna get its resolved during the final release of the game, but again, that's just my opinion. Now, I want to say that I will not be getting this game mainly because it's just multiplayer. It's unfortunate. I would rather to get this game for its single player as well. And yet again, I just don't see this as being a good platform to be playing Battlefield game on PlayStation 5, hell even on any of the consoles. This game is definitely mainly would be the best option to play would be on PC. It seems like every other game that's a first-person perspective, that's including shooters, first-person shooters, yeah, every one of them needs to go on PC now, except if, say, Call of Duty. Call of Duty feels the best from all of the first-person perspective games. Yes, I'm sure a lot of you may not agree with me. For example, like Dying Light, Battlefield, like Dishonored, Prey, everything that has related towards the first-person perspective, they all have their own feels of a very awkward and clunky design, and like some kind of dead zone between. Call of Duty is perhaps the best one of them all, and feels the best. But again, that's just me. And now, yeah, this is the reason I feel like I'm moving away from first-person perspective games. Far Cry as well, actually should mention that. Far Cry is also needs to be played on a PC because that will be the best experience. And also, it's also a single-player experience. It's not the same thing because multiplayer you need the fastest reaction times and stuff like that, and controller isn't exactly the best option for it. This is why PC it is the best option. And yeah, so I feel like I'm just growing out of my experience of first-person perspective games on consoles. If I would have had a chance of playing this on a PC, I 100% would. I would definitely prefer to play this on a PC with a mouse and keyboard, because obviously that would be the biggest and the best advantage of anyone to have. And I think I'm just losing my touch with the first-person perspective. That's mainly the reason why I'm not gonna get this game. It's kind of disappointing, but also I think it's the right decision. And well, tell me down in the comments, what did you think about this beta of Battlefield 2042? Personally, for me, it was a little bit disappointing because just the way of experiencing it, I think I would rather experience this on a PC instead. Alright, tell me down in the comments as well of your reasoning. Like and subscribe, see you guys all, and have a wonderful day.